my kids to see what it looks like to have a mom that's a boss.
I never got a record deal because I was cute. I got a record deal because I was fiery, I had a lot to say, and I had a voice.
I got into drugs. I was selling drugs. I feel like life is really traumatic. I think human beings are really resilient. Thanksgiving of 1995, I was at a rave and I overdosed.
Now sing.
Where there is desire, there is gonna be a flame.
Come on.
Where there is a flame, so raise your glass if you are down.
I love the connection. People are like, man, that song healed me. And I'm like, yeah, but being at a concert with you and watching you get healed me. If I'm a mystery to you, how can I expect you to connect with me? I want you to know me. Basically, I grew up in a house where every day my parents were screaming at each other, throwing things.
What about us? What about all the broken happy ever after?
And they say a woman has to slow down, become smaller, take up less space.
Just give me a reason, just a little bit's enough.
Why can't we ride it till the wheels fall off? That's what I plan on doing.
Just like fire, burning up the way. If I could light the world up for just one day.
She flips through the air like a human Roman candle, belts truths that slice like broken glass, and still finds time to roast a future king before breakfast. That's not gossip, it's fact, and it's only the opening riff of Pink's latest news. Picture a teenager kicked out of clubs for stage diving off tables. Then fast forward to a mother of two who dangles upside down over 70,000 screaming fans while nailing every note. Sounds impossible? Keep watching, because the deeper we dive, the louder it gets. This story packs fistfights, platinum plaques, royal snubs, and a naked camp prank so brutal it forged a billion-dollar brand name. Think you know Pink? You've only heard the radio edit. Today we're spinning the uncut version, the track loaded with the heartbreak, the addictions, and the no-filter wins that turned a rebel into a legend. Why did she threaten a hit songwriter into working with her? How did she turn a public breakup into the catchiest middle finger on earth? And what secret stunt almost ended her high-wire reign? Stick around and drop your hottest prediction in the comments, because Pink's scandal update starts now. And the fireworks are real. Alicia Beth Moore landed in Doylestown, Pennsylvania on September 8, 1979, but the suburbs never tamed her. Her mom stitched up hospital patients. Her dad sold insurance, yet their kitchen echoed with slammed doors loud enough for the whole block to eavesdrop. When the divorce papers finally hit, 10-year-old Alicia felt relief instead of grief, a survival reflex that hardened fast. School couldn't contain her. She smoked behind the bleachers, tagged locker doors, and jumped from tree limbs just to prove bruises heal. Inside the chaos, a diary filled with lyrics kept growing thicker. She'd rip out pages and scribble new verses during detention, then test them at open mic nights where the spotlight was a single dangling bulb and the audience smelled like spilled beer. The first time she cracked that raw alto over a basement PA, jaws dropped. Regulars yelled, "You gotta hear this pink-haired kid." The nickname stuck after a summer camp prank left her blushing head to toe when a counselor yanked down her swimsuit. One humiliation, countless anthems. Talent scouts began circling like sharks. At 16, she auditioned for an R&B trio called Choice. L.A. Reid spotted gold but heard friction. The trio fizzled. Reid cut the others loose and gave her one blunt option: solo or nothing. She chose solo, pocketed the stage name Pink, and sprinted into studio boot camp. Recording sessions blurred into sunrise breakfasts, and each track sharpened her instincts. She loved the hustle, but hated the glossy constraints. When executives airbrushed her promo posters, she grabbed a Sharpie and drew bruises back on the images just to watch their faces. By the eve of Y2K, she owned two undeniable facts. Her voice could bend metal, and her would never wear a leash. The solo debut dropped in 2000, and the world flinched. Can't Take Me Home blasted slick R&B fused with razor vocals, sending There You Go and Most Girls climbing the Billboard ranks. Double platinum in 12 months looked like victory. Yet Pink felt caged. The production wrapped duct tape around her punk lung. Backstage, she muttered, "Great numbers, wrong frequency." The itch to smash expectations grew louder than the applause. Cue Linda Perry. Pink rifled through a makeup artist's phone book, cold called Perry, and delivered a threat inside a compliment. Work with me, or I'll camp on your doorstep. 2 days later, they wrote, get the party started. And Misunderstood arrived in 2001 like a left hook to pop conformity, launching Pink's latest news into every time zone at once. Critics bowed. Sales soared past 13 million, and Perry called their partnership creative burglary in broad daylight. Misunderstood toured like a traveling circus. Nightly, Pink sprinted up scaffolding, leapt onto trapeze bars, and wailed just like a pill 40 feet above the pit. One misstep in Munich ripped her shoulder. She finished the set anyway. Fans still trade shaky phone footage as forbidden treasure, proof that Pink's scandal update pulses under arena lights, not gossip columns. Between shows, she texted motocross daredevil Carrie Hart, a walking bruise with a grin to match her snarl. They met at the 2001 X Games, traded helmets, and treated romance like full contact sport. Public blow-ups fueled tabloids, private makeups fueled new lyrics. When the relationship stalled in 2003, she spun the wreckage into the ballad. Eventually, 2 years later, she hijacked one of Hart's races, waved a pit lane sign reading "Marry Me," and sealed the proposal with an engine grease kiss. Costa Rica hosted vows in 2006, monkeys stealing champagne flutes, and paparazzi drones tangling in jungle vines. By 2008, they were hurling plates again, divorce papers drafted, punches never thrown. From that tension, Pink wrote, "So What?" A bar fight anthem that reached #1 worldwide. Hart heard it on the radio, laughed, and texted, "Nice left jab, call me," couples therapy, motorcycle rebuilding, and a pact to argue only after coffee ushered in daughter Willow in 2011 and son Jameson in 2016. Family life sharpened her edge. It never sanded it down. Activism ran through every vein. In 2003, Prince William's staff invited her to Windsor for his 21st birthday. She declined with one sentence, "I don't sing for trophy hunters." The royal snub exploded into the biggest Pink's latest news spike of the year. She narrated PETA campaigns, dragged fur designers on live TV, and donated six-figure checks to rescue shelters. The pushback only amplified engagement. Albums kept detonating. Try This 2003 nabbed a Grammy. I'm Not Dead 2006 resurrected her activist grit with Dear Mr. President. And Funhouse 2008 turned breakup ashes into dance floor sawdust. The Truth About Love 2012 became her first US #1 album. Just Give Me a Reason raced past 1 billion streams. Beautiful Trauma 2017 and Hurts to Be Human 2019 extended the streak, each tour bigger, each stunt riskier. High wire artistry peaked during the Summer Carnival Tour of 2024. Engineers rigged a 360-degree flying system that shot her across stadiums at 30 kilometers an hour. One windy night in Sydney, she scraped an arm against a lighting truss. Blood beaded. She licked it and finished Raise Your Glass. TikTok clips tagged Pink's latest news racked 50 million views before sunrise. After California's wildfires leveled towns in 2023, she donated $500,000 and organized Fire Aid, a benefit featuring Foo Fighters and Lizzo, another instant Pink scandal update headline for daring to make generosity look cool. By early 2025, she'd sold 135 million records, banked $120 million, and stacked over 100 major awards without ever chasing a trend. Instead, she hired vocal coaches, learned harness tech from Cirque du Soleil, and practiced guitar until her fingertips bled again. Disaster nearly ended it all in July 2010 when a cable snapped during a Nuremberg show, tossing her into a barricade 5 meters below. She cracked a joke about cheap German beer while medics strapped her in an ambulance, then retook the stage 48 hours later. Every music business safety course now screens the footage, cementing her as the case study for Unkillable. When streaming flipped royalty tables, she renegotiated contracts to favor writers. Labels balked, she threatened self-release, they caved, and another Pink's latest news surge taught rookies how to fight paperwork with courage. Surprises kept coming. On-stage duets with random fans, live FaceTime calls to terminal kids requesting who knew, mental health hotlines for touring crews, and a zero-gravity concert NASA has greenlit for 2026. Each rumor, each negotiation leak, each receipt posted to Instagram stories triggers another Pink's scandal update cycle, and every cycle lands on her terms. Radio hosts still replay the 2002 live stream, where Pink held a note so long the audio meter blinked red for 10 seconds. Engineers messaged, "Is she clipping or rewriting Gravity?" Fans claim that Scream launched 1 million bedroom covers. Reviewers map her career in eras: the R&B fake-out, punk confessional, aerial acrobat, activist matriarch, and their labels expire before the next single drops. Social feeds overflow, with shaky photos of fans crying mid-song. Teachers tweet about students quoting her in debate class, and parents who once banned her records now blast try-on school runs. Dave Grohl calls her the Joan Jett who outlived every gatekeeper. Wildlife groups credit her royal snub for a 40% donation spike, while designers who ditched fur report higher sales. A TikTok of her daughter coaching vocal warm-ups drew 13 million likes in 2 days. Another clip of her scolding a security guard trended under hashtag #RespectTheFans. Whenever Fresh Pink's latest news drops, catalog streams surge as newcomers sprint backward through 25 years of albums. Whenever a Hot Pink scandal update erupts, veterans flood Reddit with receipt threads. Label suits admit it privately. When new artists ask for longevity tips, they say, "Watch Pink interviews, then call us." Festival promoters pay extra because one clip of her orbiting the crowd recoups the fee in viral gold. That is the sound of relevance refusing to grow old. Pink hides the best stories in plain sight. Her studio shows a glass jar labeled "Bad Takes." Each vocal flub earns a guitar pick in the jar. After 20 years, fewer than 50 picks rattle inside. Pre-show fuel is 1 spoonful of peanut butter, handstand push-ups, and a roll call for every crew member. Gravity-defying harnesses are custom-tested with crash dummies weighted to her plus 10% adrenaline buffer. The kill switch has never triggered. Her Phoenix belt buckle hides a USB of unreleased demos. Tattoos double as Easter eggs. A neck barcode scans to misunderstood's release date. A bulldog portrait carries her late pet's chip number. She owns patents for quick-release rig clips and a collapsible tour bus crib she invented during Willow's baby nights. When Windsor invited, she counter-invited Prince William to muck cages at a wildlife rescue. Leaked emails doubled sanctuary donations. Quarantine boredom birthed a backyard skate ramp, a wipeout, and a charity single intro that raised 6 figures for nurses. Her rider? Hummus, ginger, and pickles from a hometown deli, because Crunch-A-Line's pitch. She runs a sewing machine backstage, mending dancer costumes since a 2004 zipper disaster, and crew members bet on her stitch counts. A UV-only tattoo behind her ear marks the coordinates of the bar where she met Carrie Hart. Interviewers asking about soulmates get the mark flashed back at them. Sound engineers once caught a 2,200 hertz shriek during rehearsal. She buried it under "My Attic." Tour buses double as classrooms, with Pink rewriting lyric sheets as grammar homework. Every set list starts with sticky notes tossed in the air. First child on site grabs 10 for the encore order. At Fire Aid 2023, she let fans record wildfire survival testimonies on her mic. 40 stories became album transitions. Each hidden layer keeps trending searches lit, proof that curiosity loves detail. So here we are staring at 2 decades of proof that authenticity prints money and courage outlasts trends. Pink turned humiliation into a trademark, heartbreak into stadium chants, and every accusation into another Pink scandal update. She disarmed with receipts. Which Pink era punches you hardest? Punk club beginnings, aerial arena chaos, or activist clapbacks at royalty? Did a breakup anthem save your day? Drop your story in the comments and quote the exact lyric. While you're typing, hit like so this truth rocket flies farther. And smash subscribe because Pink's latest news never sleeps, and neither do we. Tag a friend who still thinks pop stars don't play instruments, and let's prove them wrong together. Ready to watch the next barrier shatter? Stay loud, stay curious, stay Pink.